3 brown speckled bananas sitting on a counter are not garbage. They're the single best ingredient you can start a loaf with. Let's turn them into a banana bread that comes out moist every time with a crackled golden top using 1 bowl and 0 mixers. No creaming butter, no folding tricks, no special equipment. If you can mash a banana with a fork, you can make this. We use very ripe bananas for sweetness and moisture, melted butter so there's nothing to cream, and mix everything in the order that keeps the crumb tender. The most common way banana bread goes wrong is over mixing the flour. So in this recipe, you'll be told exactly where to stop. By the end, you'll have a loaf that slices clean, keeps for days, and tastes better on day 2. Everything is measured in grams, with cup equivalents on screen if you prefer volume. For one 9 by 5 inch loaf, you need 3 very ripe bananas. Speckled or nearly black is what you want. The darker the peel, the sweeter and softer the loaf. 113 grams of unsalted butter that is melted. That's just 1 standard stick. 150 grams of granulated sugar. 1 large egg at room temperature. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Remember, baking soda, not baking powder. Half a teaspoon of salt, and 190 grams of all-purpose flour. 2 ingredient notes. First, if your bananas are only slightly ripe, roast them in the peel at 150 degrees Celsius, which is 300 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 15 minutes until the peels blacken. That deepens the flavor. Second, melted butter is deliberate. It coats the flour differently than softened butter and gives you a denser, moister crumb. Now preheat the oven to 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan or line it with parchment, leaving an overhang so you can lift the loaf out later. Melt your butter and let it cool for a minute so it doesn't cook the egg when they meet. That's the only real timing detail that matters in this recipe. Now, grab 1 large bowl. This is a 1 bowl recipe from here on. Mash the 3 bananas with a fork until mostly smooth. A few small lumps are fine because they turn into little pockets of banana flavor. You're looking for the texture of a thick puree. Pour in the melted butter, slightly cooled butter, and stir it through. Now add the sugar, the egg, and the vanilla. Mix until the whole thing looks glossy and uniform. Take your time here because once the flour goes in, the mixing has to stop early. Sprinkle the baking soda and salt directly over the wet batter and stir them in first. Doing this before the flour distributes the leavening evenly so you don't get one bitter bite of concentrated baking soda. Now add all the flour at once. This part decides whether your loaf is tender or tough. Stir just until the flour disappears. The moment you no longer see dry white streaks, stop. The batter should look thick and slightly lumpy, not smooth. Every extra stir builds gluten, and gluten is what makes banana bread rubbery. If you want to add anything, this is the moment. If you want to add a cup of chopped walnuts or chocolate chips folded in with 2 or 3 gentle strokes, fold, do not stir. Pour the batter into your prepared pan and level the top with the spatula. Now this is optional, but it's worth it. Drag a knife lengthwise down the center in a shallow line. As the loaf bakes, it splits cleanly along that line and gives you that bakery-style crack down the top. Bake at 175 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 55 to 65 minutes. Ovens vary, so start checking at 55 minutes. The loaf is done when a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean or with a few dry crumbs, but not wet batter. If the top is browning too fast before the center is done, tint a piece of foil loosely over it and keep baking. Now you don't want to skip the cooling step. Let the loaf sit in the pan for 10 minutes, then lift or turn it out onto a wire rack. Banana bread continues cooking from residual heat, and the crumb sets as it cools. Slicing it hot gives you a gummy center. Give it at least 30 minutes on the rack. If you can wait until it's fully cool, the flavor deepens and it slices even cleaner. Now when this is wrapped at room temperature, this keeps for 3 to 4 days and it tastes better on day 2 as the flavor develops. For longer storage, slice it and freeze the slices individually, then toast them straight from frozen. Now there's 3 quick fixes for common problems. If your loaf sinks in the middle, it was underbaked. so add 5 minutes next time. If it comes out dry, you either overmeasured the flour or overbaked. So weigh your flour and pull it at 55 minutes. If it's dense and gummy, that's almost always overmixing the batter after the flour went in. So that's it. 1 bowl ripe bananas, melted butter, and knowing exactly when to stop mixing. You master this base, and you can build on it forever with nuts, chocolate, spices, or a cinnamon swirl.